Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be about rings. So I have my main planner. Don't worry, it's sitting over here. This is October's. That's totally different. That's my main central planner that will not change. Everything outside of that is like companions for fun, stickerage, list, homeschool, just all kinds of stuff, right? So this past weekend, my friend inspired me to pull out my Malden and my rings, and I did that. I already had everything completely kind of set up inside here. It was just in a different binder. And the Malden is my choice from my Holborn. I was choosing last year, what do I want to keep? Or this part of the beginning of the year. My Holborn or my Malden in the personal size, as far as, in my mind, expensive leather. I chose the Malden. I used to use this a lot as a wallet on the go. Right now, what's in my purse is a pocket TN. So I'm just talking through these things, but I really love this setup and what I'm going to show you over here. That's my Franklin Covey Compact Boston with Franklin Covey Compact inserts. I have a video on not the same setup here, but when I was using that. So this here is so cute, okay? The slimness of the personal size inserts and the Filofax covers always make me feel like home in terms of sectioning stuff out, listing things out, a more of a reference kind of thing. They always do that for me. What do you need? I'm busy. What do you need? Okay, can you give me a minute? So I set this up and just put everything in here. It says notes, monthly, daily, weekly, work, and randomness. These inserts were from Amazon. I just put it all in here and it just makes so much sense to me. And I want to use it for on the go when I'm on the go with my TN. I have had a lot more appointments lately. I've been just doing a lot of things for my son, just kind of doing a lot of different shopping, getting prepared for the different seasons. I got to like do a lot of shopping for my kids because they just grew out of all their clothes. Sophia has like not one pair, maybe she has like 2 pair of leggings that will fit her for the fall. So there's just a lot of things that are happening within my home. I'm like the home manager. So I want more of a sectioned place for that when I'm on the go. So the Filofax inserts are always going to be like my go-to when I'm in personal size because they're just so thin. You can put so much in here. I don't really think I'm going to use the monthly other than for if I'm out and I'm like, what's today? Obviously I have it on my watch, but I like to flip open to this. Like today I was at my gyno. Had I brought this, because I waited forever for him, I could have had so much stuff that I could, brain dump on the go and put into my main planner, but I didn't have this. I had the pocket TN, but I just, for some reason, did not want to use it. I still want to keep it in my purse for notes, but I just did not want to use this. I guess because I knew this whole thing was set up at home. So I want to use this more for on the go. I did set up like a little daily yesterday. We went on a family drive. We got smoothies. We bought a new TV. Set up personal Malden. Add items to the Malden. Sophia had some pain. I mean, she was telling me about it. So I was like, hey, I'm going to mark that down. Use everything, I forgot thing, if you want. Why have any restrictions? So I just kind of put that there. This morning I loosely kind of brain dumped some stuff in here and it just felt like home again. Who knows if I'm going to completely use this, but I thought to share. I always like to have a bullet journal in rings with lined paper. I just do. So I was like going back and using my days that were in here last night to just kind of put stuff in here because, again, I love to write. My weekly is Filofax week on 2 pages, and I had used this June, July-ish, and I love using the horizontal, hence why I like using this one here for stickerage. But this is kind of like on the go, and I did this last night. This is today. So I can totally put Target Run because I went to Target. I spent way too much money because I left my list here at home. So I don't know. I'm feeling this and I'm feeling this. I will explain the difference. And then this has list broken up. Well, I have an area for YouTube, nonprofit, devotional, product, website, our business, morning, afternoon, evening, reminders, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly reminders, an area or reminders about my husband, Isaac, and Sophia with Samantha and projects. So I was just using these inserts yesterday and last night, and they were wonderful. So the back of this is reference. It's passwords and wallet contents and automatic debit, Sophia's goals, and that's that. But guys, when I tell you this is so nice, I went upstairs this morning when I was doing Sophia's homeschooling, and I brought out the Boston compact binder. Then I started looking through all my stash, and I just like I guess hodgepodge just threw things in it. When I did that, I started thinking, oh my gosh, that can totally work with like my main planner stuff. This would be like on the go, and then this could work at home. So I was like, oh my gosh. So again, you know my main planner. If you haven't, I have a whole planning series on it. Briefly, I have thankfulness, I have personal goals, and I have values, I have scripture study, I have health section that has my affirmations and stuff. I have soap study pages, brain dump pages, weekly, dailies, and then my monthly is into a separate book. So I thought, how cool would it be to have even more stuff? So I do have a video on when I was in my Boston compact before. This is different. So right up front, I thought, what about just notes, complete notes, and then homeschooling stuff on these day on 2 pages, foodie inserts for Sophia. The homeschooling stuff has not worked in the discs anymore. My homeschooling bullet journal has, that's upstairs. But I thought, what about this is a lot more portable to carry all throughout the house versus the big old chunky monkey. So why not have homeschooling notes and all that on her days in here? I can totally cover this up because I've done that before. Then on my week, I can keep track of Isaac's things and Sophia's things using Marcia Bramucci's insert because they are dated. And I don't want these to go to waste. So with these 2 sections, they would definitely go hand in hand with my kids. Then I have an insert to track my walking because a part of my self-care is to walk by myself. And I really want to start tracking that, but I don't want to track it in here. Why? Because this tracking works already. I'm not going to add, I mean, I can literally add it to my tracker right here and just put walk, but I have alone time. This alone time means like when I take pause for myself. And then plus I already have this set up. So I was like, why not use it? If you can see, I have it. I would just start wherever I'm at. And it's super cute. Why not? Then I have all of the dailies until the end of the year, day on 1 page from Marcia Bramucci. These inserts worked all of last year for me. I have a video of a flip of that, and daily pretty planning has always been my jam, like always. So this section is cool. Let me tell you about it. It's the list section. So my commonplace book that I'm going to be in October is going to just be like kind of like how my brain dump is throughout my week, but brain dump like pages that are just gonna be like random, no nonsense writing. The first part will be my journaling, and then this part will be like no nonsense writing. And when I go through it, I'll show it to you and you'll get what it means. So this one I thought could be sectioned out list. So these pages can be like if I'm watching YouTube or I come across a nice quote or I come across a nice scripture or podcast or notes or whatever, because they have smaller little sections and this little header. And then I got my Filofax 6 dividers, and then I can section these out for true list that I want to reference in terms of my home, like projects. Let me show you where I have it. It's like commonplace ideas. So I was writing this down. So journaling, sermon notes, deeper Bible study, household items, items to look up, creative ideas, YouTube content, professional development, books to read. All of these topics would somewhat be in here, but there are sections that I would love just to be in here so that way I know I can reference them. Those would be like project ideas, items to look up, YouTube content, healthcare stuff, and then maybe like family bucket list and leisure. So my thought process was to section these out and use these little Filofax insert pages because I have them, like why not? And then towards the back here, it says family, but that really is, it's gonna be for me. I thought to use these inserts for me, my mood, my really getting down and dirty into what's going on here. So I have my tracker. Communication this week is what I want to track. Random hug, kind face. I say kind face because I wear my face a lot. Like you can tell how I feel on my face. Like I will like give you the most ugliest look and not mean anything by it. So I want to practice stop scrunching in my face like that. So anyhow, acts of service, like I have all of this. So I thought if you're tracking all of this, how are you feeling through all of this? So why not track that in a deeper way in terms of maybe like on the day I have like a certain sticker or a certain color that is like, okay, you had it like today. I had a really hard, anxious day. So when I have that, then I can go to the corresponding week and then just talk about it a little more. Like what happened that triggered that? That way, when my doctor asks me, Monique, what's going on with you? I can bring my tracker in and truly like coincide what is happening. And I can use it with my counselor because there are several times she's asking me, well, what happened? And I can't, for the life of me, remember, but I know that it was a really big thing. So I thought to use this for me. And I really am going to find a tab that says my mental health. So that way I won't forget, like, what did you say you wanted to use that for? And that's probably why I also, well, no, it's not probably. It is why I make these videos, so I can go back and rewatch my own video. So this would be, again, more of like a tracker. You know, when did you have those experiences? Maybe make a key of, these are the ones that I'm feeling the most, that I'm having the issues when I'm sarcastic, when I'm rude, when I'm angry, when I'm panicky, anxious. So actually see them for the month, because these are weekly trackers. So actually see them for the month of when I'm having these issues at a glance. Hope that makes sense. So I really do like this to work in conjunction with my main system and let it be more structured in terms of sectioned out with rings. Because you know, with rings, you can move things all around. I just know that the more narrow rings don't work for me at home. They do work for me on the go, though. They do work for me on the go. So that is my thought process with this, and I thought I would share in case somebody needed some ideas with using, you know, rings and your main system. I really love that I've shopped my stash and I didn't buy stuff. And then I'm really trying to figure out what works for me. It's the end of the year. I have my main planning system. I will put it in any bound book. I won't put my main planning system in rings, but I will use rings to help organize lists and more things in my life, such as the kids and homeschooling and my husband and my marriage and all of like the home management stuff. So yeah, I thought I would show you guys. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. If you feel like, man, Monique just uses so many different things, that's great. I'm glad you do, because I love that about myself. I love that I can use different things and make them work and actually use them and not just, you know, show them for whatever. I actually have purpose behind what I want to do. And if I don't, I would totally tell you that. I will say, you know what? This is just for fun. This is just because I want to use it. But this is really not. I've actually thought through this from yesterday and today, and I'm going to try and give it a go this week. If not, I would totally share if it doesn't work. I'll totally share it because I film daily. If, man, that thing is sitting on the freaking planner cart again. That's kind of where my Hobonichi cousin is. It's on the planner cart. I may very well sell my Avec. But I wanted to share if you needed some inspiration for rings, because that's where I'm at right now with my rings journey. God bless you guys.